Morrowind is a weird game. It's weird with its setting, it's weird for having dice rolls in full 3D action format, and it's weird with how easy it is to break things on it. Nevertheless, it's a fun kind of weird, but for some, it seems to be the best. The only one in existence. The true RPG that has ever existed. It makes it easy to forget when you idolize or adore a game. It makes it harder to see flaws in it. Believe me. But I'm not going to repeat points like Wikipedia dialogue NPCs has, or the atrocious combat the game has, since those has been pointed out already by other people. No, this video focuses on things that people overlook and don't think. Hence, Morrowind is worse than you think it is. Let's start with one big glaring thing that gave a birth to a real corpus disease into the whole franchise, and that being the armor skills. Yeah, armor skills. If Bethesda were to remove armor skills from next Elder Scrolls, I would shed a tear, given how they had been implemented here. I read from Morrowind's development. Oh god, that's a hard word. Development that Kirkbride got frustrated by Todd Howard's complaint about his designs being too weird. So the man started drawing two alternate versions of every design. The one that was the one he wanted to be in the game, and one that was, in his words, fucking crazy. He would show the crazy designs to Howard, who would ask him to tone it down, then present the real version, which Howard would say was perfect. I wouldn't be surprised if armor skills were also one of those designs. I could see Kirkbride going to Todd and saying, hey, so the way armor should work is that every once in a while you need to feed it with some armor plates so it will grow stronger for you, improving the looks. And Todd be like, my good man, I went into a chess club. Armor doesn't need to be that complicated. And then he shows, oh, alternative was that your defense increases as you level up your armor skill by getting hit. And then he goes, perfect. In theory, armor skill is not that bad of an idea, as it follows a good logic. You raise the skill by taking damage, and as skill gets higher, you resist more damage. In practice though, it destroys the whole point of what armor should be. It should be covering you, taking the hits for you, rather than be trained to the point where you can finally tank things. In real life, people don't buy bulletproof vests or armor platings to their visuals so that they can train their defenses. No, they expect them to actually work and protect them in the cases they do get hit, as nobody in their right mind wants to go out there and get hit. I bet in a bizarre world where this would be a standard, I could see Fallout with armor skills. Ironically, the only skill where it makes sense to have it work this way is with unarmored skill, which increases your defense when you are not wearing any armor. It makes more sense, building a more durable body like that, to allow taking hits, because there's basis of reality into it. Other games has also done this, to varying degrees of success, but it's safe to say unarmored is a decent skill, unfortunately removed in favor of the more unrealistic armor skills. That's enough of armor skills, let's focus instead on the world of Morrowind. It's always amusing to hear when someone says Skyrim is bad, all the dungeons are sane, containing Draugr within, or that Oblivion is bad, all dungeons are copy-pasted, or Daggerfall is bad, since all dungeons were procedurally generated. It's funny cause they opt out Morrowind from it, as if that is immune to the whole dungeons being the same. Here's some cold water to the face. Morrowind dungeons are not any more unique than previous or following Elder Scrolls games. All of them repeat themselves to a point. But wait, I can do better. Oblivion. It's just a game with same looking forest everywhere. Skyrim. It's just a game with same looking snow everywhere. Do we ignore that Morrowind is an island with volcano, which means there's rocks and boulders just everywhere. Granted, the island does have room for some greenery, but it's such minuscule part of the game that doesn't cover all the parts of the world even. All this harp about Mushroom Forest being alien and exotic, when most of the island is covered in rock.
You can't see me. You can't see me. What are you playing, peekaboo? You can't see me. I can see you. Can you see me? Oh, believe me, we all can see you. We all can see you. A blindfolded, sleeping, stuck in the basement Stevie Wonder can see your monkey ass.
You know, I don't get the obsession with mushrooms. For all the flaws, people claim Shivering Isles as the best DLC for Oblivion, cause it has mushroom trees in it. Considering the writer people idolize was in mushrooms, I won't be surprised when they see a game with mushrooms in it in any form. They would go ballistic and scream Morrowind on it. Okay, I saved the least recognized to the last. Have a look at this.
Let's say you have Blade, Blunt, and Hand-to-Hand as major skills. Those 3 skills are governed by strength, and governing determines what bonuses you receive during your level up. If all 10 of your skill increases in a level come from Blade, Blunt, or Hand-to-Hand, you would receive a +5 bonus, the maximum, for your strength attribute. That's because every skill increase contributes a half point towards the bonus to the attribute that governs that skill.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was Oblivion video. Oh wait, no. I'm not sorry. This is the exact same leveling as in Morrowind. Yeah? See? Nothing unchanged. Somehow, for some reason, something caused people to ignore this leveling system in Morrowind, and instead blame it on Oblivion. Some people bring up level scaling as a reason that it highlighted issues with leveling, but I'm not sure about it, since there's less effects on attributes in Oblivion than on Morrowind. Oh, and final short note to make. Morrowind has level scaling, and bullshit bloated enemies just like Oblivion and Skyrim does. In base game, it is down to what enemies spawn on the road and what loot you get in dungeons, but coming as expansions, and that friendly Dark Brotherhood fellow that tries to attack you, yeah, he level scales, so by late level he's carrying paralyzing daggers to shank you with. And what about bears or wolves that are normal medium tier enemies in later games end up being stronger than Daedras? Expansions are made in mind that player character already has high level character, but this is ridiculous that local wildlife is as strong as Dagot himself. And thus, I conclude why Morrowind is worse than you think. It's these things we take for granted, overlook, don't think about it too much, or otherwise mod away, but they persist, they linger, and should be a reminder that not every game is rainbow and sunshines. There's no such thing as a flawless game, and it's always healthy look to see exactly what you like and dislike about your particular thing you like. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to support my channel, you can give me a coffee through link in description. Have a nice day.